What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today we're back at Madden Ultimate Team, and today Team of the Year just dropped. I'm gonna be uploading 2 videos today. This one right here, I'm gonna show you guys like what to do first as soon as you get into the game. Now that this is in the game, and kind of talk some training options. So we'll do that, but first I'm just gonna jump right into what you should be doing as soon as you log in. Before we get into it, make sure you're subscribed and like this video right now. And now moving on to what you should be doing. Okay, so as soon as you log in, you should be jumping right into Team of the Year and just doing these challenges. At 100 stars, you will get a fantasy pack of 1 offensive, defensive, and specialist player. You can only choose 1, but it is kind of a fantasy pack. So some people probably sadly they will get luckier than others. Maybe one will get to choose 96 Justin Jefferson as their offensive player, and someone else will get to choose some lineman or something like that. It's just gonna depend. So hopefully all of you guys do get lucky and get something that you actually need. But that's how that's gonna go. Also, they are NAT, they're not auctionable. So make sure you're doing this as soon as you log in. Okay, and next there are sets for defense, offense, and specials. I'm not gonna go through every single one or else we'll be here for a while. But I'm gonna go to the far one, which is called Team of the Year Token Exchange. So it takes 14 of these tokens. Unfortunately, I messed up and I missed too many weeks and I couldn't end up doing it. If you did your Team of the Week challenges every single week that they came out, you can now turn these in. You only need to turn in 14 of them. You can turn in 14 of your Team of the Year tokens for another player. And it seems like the pack contains 1 random. Okay, so it's the same thing that you get from the challenges, is what it seems like. I don't know if they are NAT or not. But either way, you get another free player, so that's pretty huge. So if you were doing your Team of the Week weekly challenges, make sure you turn in your Team of the Year tokens. Don't let those go to waste. You can finally redeem them. Okay, and so now if we go to the trading part of the store, this is where it gets interesting. So for a Team of the Year fantasy pack, it costs 46,000 training. And for a random offensive, defensive, or specialist, it all costs 39,000 training. So here's what's different. Last year, there was specialist players were 95 overall, except for 1, which was Chris Godwin. He was 96, and they were less to buy because they were an overall less. They were 95s, and then offensive, defensive were 96s, and then for each one, one was Russell Wilson for the offense, who was a 97. The defense had one that was 97, which was Aaron Donald. And so last year there was for 47,000 training, there's an option where it was a random auctionable, I believe, offensive or defensive player. But they didn't do that this year. Everyone is the same overall except for TJ Watt, who's the player of the year. And so he's 1 overall better, but I don't even know if he's poolable in this. I think he might just be a set. So this Team of the Year fantasy pack for 46,000 training is basically what we had last year for 47,000, except you get to choose, which is way better for the price. Although it is still 46,000 training. So honestly, if you're going to do, unless you have training, if you have like 1.5 million training, you just want to mess around with this, then do whatever. I'm no money spent, so it's even more risky for me to do any of this. But if you guys really want to do something with training, just do the 46,000 training. It's 7,000 more, but you get to choose. You could do the offensive, and you could get someone you don't need, or just a lineman or something like that, and it could just, I know I'm trying to no love to the lineman, I'm just using it as an example, but if you need like a receiver, you really want to pull the Justin Jefferson, then you get just one of the linemen. Like I've been saying, that's you're losing, I believe, 3,000 training every time, because a 96 quick sells for 36,000 training, I believe is how much that is. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. I'm pretty sure it's 36,000 training, but you're losing 3,000 each time. So you can't just, if you get exactly 39,000 training, you quick sell your player, you can't just load right back into it, quick sell them, and then do it again. You have to get 3,000 more. So you are losing a little bit each time. So I really think the smartest option is just to do the Team of the Year fantasy pack. Although I know 46,000 training is a lot. I'm not sure why it costs so much, because even last year when it did, I mean, if you think about it, it said last year was 1 random offensive or defensive for 47,000 training. That's more this year than just a fantasy pack. So we got big time ripped off last year, because that was just 1 random for 47,000 training. This year you can do it for 46,000 and then just choose, which is way better. So in terms of last year, I think these are better for the price, but this is still really, really expensive. And I know it has to be because, you know, 36,000 training is what a 96 quick sells for. They can't make it any lower or else it'll just be too easy. So I get that. But I'm just saying, in terms of the average person's team here, that is a lot of training. And it's a lot of training to do that for maybe a player you want. If you're just doing it to mess around, like I said before, then go right ahead. There's no limits on any of these for the fantasy pack, for offensive, for defensive, or specialist. There's no limit. You can do it 800 times if you wanted to. There is no limit. But I will say, if you really want to get the most out of this and just be smart and you're saving up all the training you can get, just do the fantasy pack. It's the smartest thing. It might not be the most fun thing just to kind of see what you get, but it is definitely the smartest thing to do as far as the training option goes. And also, when you log in, you will get a Team of the Year welcome pack. I should cover this at the very beginning since it's when you log in. Either way, it's just, I think, like a tip and then a TJ Watt. But it will show you the animation at least, so I think, okay, for TJ Watt, I think it should, if I'm not wrong. Okay, yeah, so there's Team of the Year animation. Let me know down below if you think that's better than last year's or just how good that is compared to the other animations we have this year. I think that's pretty sweet, to be honest. Alright, and now we're going to talk markets. So, this is, I'm not searching each player's name, I'm just kind of getting the general number, okay? So, I really just searched by 96, 97's Team of the Year promo. So, the cheapest, as of right now, and it's really pretty similar between the three, but it's Trey Hendrickson, Levante David, and Dalvin Cook. They look like the cheapest. Shortly after them, though, is Joey Bosa, Cameron Hayward, Jack Fox, and Justin Jefferson, and then so on. So, if you're looking to buy someone, it looks like the cheapest you can pick them up for is around 300K, which I'm not going to spoil anything, but my next video today, later tonight, is no money spent. If you see my coin right there, we can definitely afford someone, so I'm not going to spoil anything, but definitely make sure you're subscribed and watch that video later tonight. You're not going to want to miss that. But anyway, besides that, so we do, I'm not going to go through every single player, obviously, because that's just boring for you guys to sit here and let me just list through players' names. But honestly, the high-end players, it looks like Russell Wilson. I think this is the first one I've seen. That's 380. So seems like he's, if you're trying to do the risk there in the auction or in the trading store for offensive players, and you're trying to sell them, it's looking like Russell Wilson is probably who you're gonna want. I'm sure there's another one that I'll see in a few minutes. Also, Jamal Adams looks like he's very expensive, 420K, about 415,000. So that's probably the most for defense, I want to say. I'm going to look through here. Okay, so it looks like, I mean, other than TJ Watt, who's going for $1 million, but that's not the only one on the auction house, I don't think. I'm going to go ahead and search to make sure I'm correct, but it seems like those are the most expensive. Also, just wanted to update you guys. I said at the very beginning, it looks like 300K is probably the cheapest. Once you search a player's name you're looking for, it goes down. I did mention that before, but now that I searched Jesse Bates, he's only 285K. So it's looking like I wouldn't expect for 96 any of them to be much cheaper than that. So that's probably, I'm going to say 265. That'd probably be a snipe almost for the cheapest you can get one, like any of these cards. But it looks like Bates is one of the cheaper ones. Okay, so then Jamal Adams, I said, was like 420K. Once you search his name, he has 370, which is still great. And I think it's one of the most expensive for the defense. So if you are risking it in the trading store, you do want to see Jamal Adams. And then Russell Wilson, who I think is one of the most expensive for the offensive, is looking like 330K is about the price you'll pick him up for. So two Seahawks players, actually. But I think roughly these are the most expensive players you want on each side of the ball. I'm not going to search through every single person's name. Just want to give you guys the general idea. So I'm trying to make this all like what you should do first, what you should look for in this Team of the Year promo. If you're risking it in the trading store, you want to see, if you're looking for coins, you want to see Russell Wilson or Jamal Adams, I want to say. Obviously, if you get someone, make sure much to go for first, where you just quick sell and then try and do it again. So it's looking like roughly Russell Wilson and Jamal Adams are the best players for offense and defense. And then the highest overall Team of the Year player this year, at least so far, but I don't think they've released any other ones, is this 97 TJ Watt. He's an overall higher than every other card in this promo. He goes for around 530 to 540K. We will look at his stats. Okay, no we won't. So TJ Watt has 90 speed, 93 acceleration, 85 strength, 96 tackling, 95 play rec, 94 block shed, 89 power moves with 96 finesse moves. It goes without saying this card is really, really good. He's the player of the year for a reason, and he's a whole overall higher than everybody else for a reason. I don't think he's pullable. I don't know for sure. I want to say he's just a set because he's the player of the year. If I'm wrong, let me know that down below. I assume if I am wrong, then he's in the defensive player, but it really seems like it's just 96. So I think he's just a set, but let me know if I'm wrong. But guys, honestly, that's probably the top things you should be doing when you log in to Madden today with Team of the Year in the game. Make sure you do your challenges and make sure you redeem your tokens before anything else. You get 2 free players if you did both. So make sure you get both done. But don't forget, guys, tonight I am uploading No Money Spin, and we're going to get possibly multiple Team of the Year players. I'm not going to say for sure, but there might be a chunk gone out of that 600K by the time the video is over with. So make sure you guys stay on the lookout for that. Hope you guys did enjoy. Comment down below who you got out of your fantasy pack and who your favorite player is in this promo. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.